Physical therapy without surgeries, pills, or injections. What you will learn today. What you will learn today will change your life for the better, for it will help you lose your chronic physical pain without any medications or surgeries. You will learn about a groundbreaking, revolutionary technique in physical therapy that makes you flexible without the need of stretching. If you have tried physical therapy in the past and still have the pain, it's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you can't ever be physically able again, put those fears to rest. Injury, disease, and Big Pharma are the enemies. Big Pharma wants you to think that you can't really heal. If you ever thought that Big Pharma is the enemy and they want you to fail, you're probably right. During this webinar, I'm here to show you how to become pain-free without any strenuous exercises. Who is Araceli Gonzalez? I'm a specialist in myofascial relief therapy. I am very caring and love helping people. I want to help the people who have had injuries feel their best again. Maybe you tried physical therapy, surgeries, and pills and have not gotten the result you wanted. Maybe you are not happy with the quality of your life. I want you to know that I have helped thousands of people. Before I became a therapist, I was disabled for so many years, even during my college years. That's because throughout my youth, I was really banged up from a brick wall that fell on my legs and crushed my left ankle. I was going to physical therapy session for my broken ankle because I had to walk on my tippy toes with high heels every day in order to be able to walk at all. I was unable to open my legs or walk normally for 35 years until I discovered myofascial release. I was limping for 35 years. I tried it all, or so it seemed, to no avail, and I had to wear high heels for 35 years because I had to walk on my toes. I could only walk if I walked on my toes. Can you imagine? I really wanted to be able to walk normal again. I wanted to be able to walk normally again, and I wanted to be able to open my legs, be whole, and function normally. I wanted to be able to work without being hampered by my pain and disability. The thing is, I was struggling with walking and opening my legs. That meant I wasn't able to play sports, walk much, or even do any cleaning around the house because I had to do everything on one leg. My left leg was not working at all. I felt stressed and depressed. To make things worse, I felt terrible because I felt like I did not belong. I felt like an outcast in normal society due to my disability. A lot of my girlfriends wanted to go for a run and I couldn't join them. At the beach, I was limping. I felt even worse about the situation because I tried different types of treatments and nothing helped me. So I lose hope and feel helpless. I was getting older and older and I could not see a light at the end of the tunnel. The problem was that I was always hitting the wall. Every time I tried a different treatment that didn't help, I was hitting the wall and I gave up, which meant becoming exasperated and feeling helpless and hopeless. And I would totally give up for a while. I would stop seeking new treatment to see if I'd finally find the one that would heal me. 15 years ago, I finally bumped into myofascial release. I went to an event in Pennsylvania where I met the guru of myofascial release therapy, John Barnes, PT. That's when I finally discovered myofascial release therapy and everything changed for the better. At that event, the guru gave me a session and I felt some changes right on the spot. I knew myofascial release therapy would heal me, so I booked appointments at a clinic in Long Island. I finally healed to the extent I wanted to continue being involved in myofascial release therapy to share its healing powers with others in need of it. A normal life and a future rewarding career was revealed to me. It was now crystal clear to me that I was going to be able to be a normal person. I also finally learned and believed that I was not going to have to live my whole life disabled. I wanted a clinic, so I formed a business plan to open my own clinic. My plan was to start my own myofascial release therapy clinic for healing right here in Park Slope, Brooklyn, New York. I put my house for sale for it because healing others became my passion. I then started contacting real estate agents to list my house for sale to get the funds to open my clinic, because I had to get this groundbreaking technique to people who felt hopeless like I did. As a result of discovering myofascial release therapy, I diligently studied the practice of it. I gave up my job as a physical therapist at one of the largest hospitals in New York. After I did that, I started helping others with myofascial release therapy healing. Suddenly, I was healing patients and getting amazing gratitude from them. Gratitude and appreciation from my patients is the most positive experience I can have. I thought if I could create something that would make it possible to help others heal emotionally as well, who were in complete pain, immobile, and who had lost hope, then I would have purpose in life. That's why I'm here for you. Myofascial release had healed me as I can walk without any pain. After being in business since 2005 and helping thousands of physical and emotionally injured patients, I can now claim, though it sounds too good to be true, I can now claim to have healed countless patients from chronic pain and mobility limitations. All the peace and happiness that it had brought to countless families is what uplifts me. If you are thinking about traditional physical therapy, you need to start believing in myofascial release now. How does my story apply to you? I was in constant pain. I could not walk normally. I had lost hope. I was spending a lot of money on physical therapy, creams, and painkillers. But it's not just me. Here is proof this will work for you too. Take, for example, Matthew. Matthew came to me to treat his shoulder injury that was limiting his range of motion, that was generally stressing him out and creating pain throughout his body. He also had back pain that he would feel when he sat down at the keyboard. After treating Matthew, he feels overall better and his relationship have improved. Watch what he had to say.
I came to Araceli at Southwest Healing to treat a shoulder injury that was limiting my range of motion and generally stressing me out. Through myofascial release therapy, Araceli treated my shoulder pain and focused on the stress held throughout my body. Since then, I also have less back pain from sitting and keyboarding, and overall I'm better able to manage stress in my life. It's honestly also improved my relationships. Araceli is excellent. She knows what she's doing, and I trust her. She is professional, and she is kind and perceptive, and her office has a warm and welcoming atmosphere. I highly recommend Southwest Healing. Do this for yourself.
Take another patient. This patient came to me with a terrible pain in her leg, a pulled muscle that meant she could barely walk. She couldn't sit cross-legged. It really diminished her quality of life. Myofascial release therapy worked for her too. Listen to what she had to say.
I went to Southwest Healing and physical therapy with a terrible pain in my leg, a pulled muscle that meant I could barely walk. I couldn't sit cross-legged. It really diminished my quality of life. And what I found was that the healing was so great and so much more than what I could have expected from normal physical therapy. It was a combination of techniques that brought about complete healing in my life. And I'm so grateful for the care and just the expertise that has made me able to move freely again. Thank you.
What we'll cover. Secret number 1. Have to become free of pain and mobility restrictions without surgery, pills, injections, or strenuous exercises. Secret number 2. How to become flexible without stretching at all. And secret number 3, how to get the same exact relief I got. The first secret is how to become pain-free without surgeries, pills, or injections. You may be a professional living in New York City who is suffering from physical pain and mobility restrictions, but traditional physical therapy just has not worked. You might be thinking, I don't understand how undergoing myofascial release therapy will work for me. Please see the testimonial of a patient who was skeptical at first, but as a result of myofascial release therapy feels amazing today.
When I walk into Southwest, I feel calm and relaxed, like I'm in a healing atmosphere. And the therapists are really skilled. They are people that I can trust. Although I haven't come in with a great deal of pain, whatever I've come in with, I've left with a greater sense of wellness and well-being. It's always going to be a safe experience at Southwest because the therapists are really loving and really supportive and just pay close attention to what's happening. Myofascial release works on the soft tissue and it can go really deep and it can also stay more superficial, but it's always going to be an experience of change in your body. And if you're in pain, it's going to shift and move that pain in a direction closer to wellness.
You may be thinking, why will it work for me? Myofascial release is a form of hands-on treatment effective for lengthening and releasing the fascia of the whole body. And what is fascia? It is a three-dimensional, continuous web, a full body system which gives shape, stability, and protects from shocks. Everything in the body, muscles, bones, organs, blood vessels, nerves, is embedded in that semi-liquid. This fluid-filled net has the ability to contract, tighten, and solidify to protect and stabilize the body. It doesn't show in MRIs, X-rays, ultrasound, and it is often dismissed. Yet, it is responsible for poor posture, chronic pain, headaches, fibromyalgia, fatigue, and other unexplained symptoms. In its natural state, it is flexible, pliable, and slides freely. When it gets tight, dehydrates and solidifies, putting enormous pressure on nerves, bones, muscles, blood vessels, and organs. These tensions come from stress, poor posture, physical and emotional trauma, surgeries, childbirth, etc. The pressure is so intense, it is like a horse standing on us, crushing everything and causing pain. We can ignore the pain, think it will go away on its own, take medications, or receive other therapies, but at one point the symptoms will be so intense and complex to push aside. Many therapies focus on stretching the fascia like massage, yoga, exercises, quick stretches, and may feel good, but because they are too quick and superficial, only provide temporary results. Releasing the fascia requires a full spectrum of pressures from gentle to firm and a length of time. Clinical experience and research demonstrate the complete release of tight, knotty restrictions require a minimum of 5 minutes of sustained pressure for the fascia to let go and soften and return to its natural fluid state. Some restriction can take longer, up to 45 minutes in my experience. Myofascial release applies sustained pressure for an extended time thus address the root cause of pain to get long-lasting results. Myofascial release and manual therapies are ancient techniques, but John Barnes founded his own approach to myofascial release when he turned inwardly to follow his intuition to treat his own debilitating pain from an injury while lifting weights. Unable to help himself as a physical therapist, he tried all therapies and treatments available, even back surgery that took only the edge off his pain, until he followed his intuition, discovered the fascia, and how to best treat to obtain long-term results. You may be thinking, why will it work for me? It's actually a lot more affordable than you think, and the effect lasts a very long time. Many of my patients claim that they've lasted longer than their traditional physical therapy sessions, and some claim it has permanently lasted, that they are healed for good. The truth of the matter is, if you undergo the number of prescribed myofascial therapy sessions for your particular physical medical issue, you will find relief and healing. The second secret I will share with you about myofascial release is that it will make you flexible without having to stretch. You become more flexible with myofascial release therapy without stretching because myofascial release therapy stretches and elongates your tense fascia, and then in turn make you less stiff and more flexible, among other wonderful things. Here is a testimonial from one of my patients.
I'm 70 years old and I suffer from chronic pain from fibromyalgia joined to osteoarthritis, and I suppose just getting older. But I've always led a very busy, active lifestyle, and I value the power of movement. I've been athletic, even though I'm a peanut of a body. I have attended various types of physical therapy sessions, and usually the only time I become reasonably pain-free is when I force myself to move through the pain and eventually get to the other side of it. But it keeps coming back. One of my closest friends told me that she was coming here to Southwest Therapy, and she said, "Tree, why don't you try it? Why don't you just go and see what they can do for you?" So I came here, and I was interested, but a little skeptical. I met Araceli and I met Mike, and they began to work on me in all kinds of ways. They told me what they were going to do. They explained to me about the fascia. I had not even heard the word fascia, and I'm a school teacher of old. So this was, oh, there's something here that I should pay attention to. And as they began to work on me, and I began to feel better, and I began to feel a harmony come into my body, and the pain began to decrease. And now I'm really interested deeply in pursuing this as far as it can take me. And I believe that when I'm 70 and a half, I'm going to be going on 17 again. And I attribute it to getting back in control of my body, learning from Michael and in his weekly, incredibly wonderful one-on-one sessions, which is a little different than sometimes you go to physical therapy and they show you the machines and they show you how to use the machines, and then you come in and you use the machines. But you don't really have that flow of energy, mental communication, spiritual insight, that whole thing, the give and take of working with a physical therapist, completely focusing you and that therapist on the issues at hand. I'm just grateful to be here, and I hope that many people who see this video will have the same experience of awakening that I've had, and above all, will know the harmony of your body, soul, and heart, and be able to move, and move well, right into your old age. Mine's a long way off.
But you may be wondering, will this work for me? My question to you is, what do you have to lose other than the pain? Myofascial release therapy has worked for tens of thousands of people, and it will work for you too if you give it a try. Some people say, I'm just not sure that it will work for me because I never witnessed anyone I know get results like this. Please go to Google Help and search Southwest Physical Therapy and you will see the reviews.
When I first started coming to Southwest Physical Therapy, I was really kind of looking for a new approach to dealing with my pain. I had had some chronic pain issues for probably about 10 years, starting in my feet, and then kind of starting to affect all different parts of my body, my neck, my back, my shoulders. And I just was looking for a new way to deal with the pain. So I found out about Southwest Physical Therapy on the internet and had read some good things about them, so I thought I'd try it. Right away when I came in, they were already looking at the problem in a new light, starting looking at some alignment issues, things with my hips, and just really like assessing the body in a way that hadn't been done in other types of treatments. What I found in my treatment was that it wasn't just the physical pain that I had to deal with, but there was emotional issues that I had to deal with as well, and that they were locked up together. And once I started working on the two things together, it helped release the pain.
I don't know how to make myofascial release therapy work for me. The beauty of myofascial release therapy is that it's even easier than a massage. What we covered. Secret number 1, how to become free of pain and mobility restriction without surgery, pills, injections, or strenuous exercises. Secret number 2, how to become flexible without stretching at all. And secret number 3, how to get the same exact relief I got. So, who wants to take things to the next level? Put a 1 in the chat box if you are ready to take myofascial release therapy to the next level. If you truly want healing, if you are tired of a poor quality of life and you want to be emotionally free and are seeking relief from pain, then you have found the perfect place. Put a 1 in the chat box if you are ready to be free of physical and emotional pain. Everyone experiences chronic pain and or limited mobility greatly benefits from myofascial release therapy. You seem to never have time to treat your pain. But what if you could get rid of that pain? What will your health be like? I once asked a successful man what he would be willing to give if his back will be healthy again. And he replied, if you can take away all of my back pain, then I will give you all of my businesses. The great news is you won't have to trade your businesses with me for pain relief. You want a quality of life. You want some emotional healing. You want some relief from emotional pain. This amazing best bonus offer, buy 4, get 1 free for myofascial release therapy costs you just $1,000. You really want to avoid stretching and without spending a lot of money for no results. Or you also really want to avoid strenuous exercises. Apart from the actual session of myofascial release, you will be educated and also provided with tips on home exercises. You might be thinking you can't undergo myofascial release therapy because you don't have the time or money for it. Here is why that's not true and will hold you back from healing and success. A session of myofascial release therapy takes only 1 hour of your time and costs you just $250. In return, you'll have the peace of being pain-free and being more agile, flexible, stronger, and with better mobility, which will reflect on the result of your work as you will no longer be held back by debilitating disabilities.